Hello, my loves. Welcome to your reading. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. If you are new here, I'm Audrey, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be for all signs, all right? So please take what resonates and leave what does not. I do have downloads for you, and this reading may be a bit heavy, so just heads up. All right, so in the download, there was this feeling of brokenness, hence by the title, There's just this feeling of brokenness that's through the collective that's being felt energetically. And the reason why this feeling is here is because the lack of acceptance of a broken heart. Trying to muster through putting on a good face for the company is you being in denial of the ways that you've been hurt. So it's just like you're just carrying these wounds. Like, think about the Three of Swords of a person just carrying these wounds and going on like nothing happened, painting on a smile. So I'm getting like, if you were dating or if you were with a narcissist, they would really be doing like the most to try to hurt you if their goal is to try to hurt you. For some of you guys, you don't wear your hurt on your face and you don't even necessarily go into your hurt. You may cry, but you wipe your tears off and you say, okay, let's get back to it. You don't acknowledge that your heart is broken. You don't acknowledge that you're hurt. You don't acknowledge that you need special care, that you may need to take it easy for a couple of days, maybe a month. It's just this energy of not acknowledging your wounds. Just putting some shit over it and just going. So, which lets me know two things. For some of you guys, you could have been raised in a household where you weren't able to express your emotions. That could be one. Another thing is you could have been raised by parents or caregivers who just never really, wasn't really emotional, didn't really show you what it looks like. So for some of you guys, you have no idea what it even means, or you have no idea how to be broken. What does that mean that my heart is broken? How do I act? How do I care for myself? For some of you guys, you've never seen it. I remember I was talking to a friend who was grieving, and I was like, sometimes you have to take those moments and cry in front of, like, the kids and things like that, so they can see certain grieving and how you get yourself up, how you take care of yourself, because they're going to need it, because grieving is inevitable in life. And I remember when my mom passed, I would have moments. First, I wanted to hide my tears from my brother because I was raising my brother afterwards. But then in my mind, I was like, you know what, this is real. And I'm pretty sure he have moments where he may cry. And I want him to understand that this is natural. So I started doing it in front of him. I started, like, if I had a moment and he was like, you okay? I'm like, I'm just thinking about mom, just crying. I'm feeling sad, just having those moments of like just realness, just pure realness. So even in myself, I do have these feelings where I was raised in a household where you just put your makeup on and you keep going. You don't let people know. You don't tell the company what's going on in the house. You don't tell the company anything. And when it comes to this new age, we're going into therapy and we're learning how to express ourselves. So I feel like the most thing here is, for some of you guys, you're broken. Some of you guys, you're hurting. You've been hurting a lot. It's okay to weep. It's okay to have those days where you fall completely apart. And it's okay to need some time to get back up. It's okay. Especially if you're empathic. If you're here in the tarot community and you feel like you're empathic, it is okay to fully be broken. It is okay to have a bad day. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have your feelings hurt. Get this. If you have these swords in your heart, everything that touches your heart hurts. Everything hurts. For some of you guys, you may have been feeling like you've been extra, extra sensitive, but everything could be hurting right now. And it's perfectly fine. Like, I feel like you are perfectly fine. So, that was one thing, okay, that was coming out. Forgiveness. The other thing was sanctuary, and this blew my mind because I opened my Bible today. Yeah, I love God, y'all. I opened my Bible today and I got a word, and what came out was Psalms 20. If you want to read that, you can read that. But it was talking about how God hears you in the sanctuary and he'll give you healing, he'll give you peace, things like that, and how your offerings and stuff like that is not going unnoticed. And for sanctuary to come out in this brokenness, this lets me know that somebody feels like that their offerings, that them talking to God, their prayers are being overlooked. They're not being answered. They're not being, no matter what they do, they keep on hitting this same type of resistance or this same type of hurt. You keep on falling somewhere. And in this piece, I got this, message that there's this place within that you need to go in. And which was so beautiful, there is the divine mother. Somebody's inner child needs their mama. Like your inner child needs the mother within. Whether you're a masculine, you're a feminine, your inner child needs its mommy. For some of you guys, you could be having, if you're a feminine, you may be having relationship issues. If you're a masculine, you may be having relationship issues. You can be having relationships with other divine feminine energy. It's just that the child needs their mom. Just period. The child needs their mom. And that is just that energy. It's the divine mother within, which is the sanctuary within. You were built with a whole inner mommy, an inner person you can go and lean on, an inner person you can go and cry on. You were built with that energy, and in that energy of you finding that within, you get your sanctuary, you get your peace. That's also where the brokenness is coming from. Because, like most of us, a lot of times when we're broken or when we're sad, we want things outside of ourselves to kind of like comfort us. We don't necessarily want to pour that energy out of ourselves because it makes us feel a bit more alone. We want things outside of ourselves. So a lot of times we kind of do the hard thing, or we make things a bit harder by our wants. But God knows what we need, and we need that divine mother within. So this is a great time for you to get really, really comfortable with yourself, very intimate with yourself. And back to that energy of, not feeling comfortable in our aloneness. The other reason why this brokenness was coming up, because when I'm doing the downloads, I normally only get one card. The downloads really, are cooperative. And I usually get like the downloads and the pre-shuffle. I get like one card falling out for like each thing. But this time I had three, which means that there's a lot going on for somebody right now. So my heart does go out to you. This is a heavy time. Take it easy on yourself. The other one about not being comfortable in your aloneness, that's another reason why the brokenness is here, is because you're not embracing your aloneness. You're not welcoming your own solitude. Being alone, for some of you guys, this may resonate if being alone or being by yourself is the last thing that you even want right now. How many times have we been in situations where the thing that we need is the last thing we want? That's a word. Hold on. Let me say it again. How many times have we been in situations where the thing that we need is the last thing that we want in this moment? Let me say it in a way that you probably could better digest it. Let's say we need to eat better. The last thing that I want right now is some broccoli, and I want some cookies or whatever, especially if my cycle is coming. I want some carbs, want some sweet, but that's the last thing that my body needs. My body actually needs real vitamins. My body actually needs good, nice, nourishing food that's going to carry it, especially when it's going through something as a menstrual cycle. But my wants and my cravings, they want something else. So right now is in that time of where the thing that you want is not aligned with the thing that you need. Okay, you can possibly be seeing this in your relationships. You could possibly be seeing this in the physical, where you may want that thing, but are they good for your soul? Is it good for your soul? Is it good for your grace? Is it good for you? Probably not. Probably not. There's a need for you to go in situations that you need. And I feel like once you get more intimate with yourself, you'll even understand what it is that you need. Because right now your inner child is like, I don't want this. I need. And you keep pacifying your inner child with things you think it wants. But your inner child needs something different. And most importantly, it needs you. All right. The next segment was, where was this happening, right? Because I don't want to have this reading and stare you guys in a way where you don't know where this is happening in your life. We did talk about relationships. We did talk about different places. But this is more importantly talking about a broken confidence. a broken sense of self, a broken sense of self-love. This is happening within you. All right. So this is happening, and just like that harsh wind just came in, I'm not sure if you heard it, but this is because some of you guys are getting a lot of resistance when it comes to love. You're facing a lot of resistance. Here you are with your heart on your sleeve, having your heart on your sleeve, going into situations, and you're being hit with harsh winds. Key to the harsh wind that just came on cue. Okay, you're being hit with harsh winds, and this has a lot to do with like a broken confidence. It's like, not only do you feel the harsh winds are breaking your heart, because that's what happens when your heart is on your sleeve, when you're tender, when you're sensitive, when you're empathic, you wear your heart outside of yourself instead of guarded. You may get punctured a lot, and a lot of things may hurt you deep. And then especially we're talking about an already broken heart. So if I were to touch your arm gently, but your arm is broken, you would jump in pain with a regular touch that I'm touching you with. That's why we need to understand where we're broken and where we're triggered. Okay. So this has a lot to do with you hitting resistance in relationships. For some of you guys, you feel like you've been given all you can and you're just still been hit with a door, an obstacle, and you're like, what the hell? And this kind of makes you look at your cup or your heart like, what's wrong with you? It brings this type of separation within. So for some of you guys, you are not liking yourself, or every time you get into this resistance with the lover, you like yourself less when you are supposed to be in love with yourself. So self-love, definitely. The next segment was, what should you focus on, right? Where does God want you to put your attention in this matter? And your attention, of course, is going to be self-acceptance. This is offering your full being to love, offering yourself fully where you are. For some of you guys, there's a need for you to stop wanting to be fixed, to be fully accepted by yourself. Not accepting yourself until someone else accepts you, until you get the job, until you lose the weight, until you get the ring, until you have the baby, until your life looks like what you think it needs to look like. For some of you guys, you're hit with these certain situations because God is teaching you self-acceptance. It's teaching you you can do everything you want to do, but until you actually accept yourself, you won't be met with the things that you really want. And I know we hear it all the time. I know it may sound a bit cliche, but it's actually, it's the truth. And this energy, taking on this energy, focusing on this energy opens up a whole new timeline in your life. For some of you guys, the people that you were attracted to, the jobs that you were attracted to, friends that you were attracted to, hobbies that you were attracted to, it's all going to change, because in some sense, a lot of that attraction is coming from a lack of self-acceptance. Okay. And what you should do right now, you should love yourself fully. True love is understanding that your wholeness and your safety lies within and not with a partner. This is you standing on your own 2 feet, and this is you stop using your partners to make you feel whole. So for some of you guys, you may feel incomplete on your own. Hence, you want to do anything else but be by yourself or welcome your solitude. Not saying that you need to just drop your lover and be by yourself. For some of you guys, that may be the case. Maybe there is a narcissist that's surrounding you, because narcissists love this type of energy, right? So it's just like, maybe there is a narcissist. Maybe there is a manipulator that's around you. And if you are around a narcissist and manipulator and you want to know, is this me? This isn't your first go around with this person. This isn't the first time, like, I've never met a person like this. Chances are your ex person had some type of similarities that this new person has, because it's not about the person, it's about the energy. It's about addressing this energy, addressing this thing that's going on within. So if you have been like wondering, like, am I with a narcissist? Was your ex like that? Are your siblings like that? You got family members like that? Have you been dealing with this for a long time? Chances are probably yeah. Probably yeah. You somewhere along the line. For some of you guys, it's just that inner relationship that you may need to just build with yourself. You may need to spend more time getting to know you. especially after you've had kids. If you've been married for a long time, you may need to get back in acquaintance with yourself. What do you like? What do you love? Because women do tend to lead to lose themselves in their partners, and not just women, just us as people. But I know I'm a woman, so I talk to more women, so I feel like a lot of women, they have that thing in common, especially if they were in long-term relationships. If they are mothers, they tend to lose themselves in motherhood. They tend to lose themselves in marriage and learn long-term relationships. So yeah, make sure you are truly loving yourself. Also, there's a need for you to feel whole. There's a need for you to also know you're protected, because you are protected and you're good. You have all this protection around you. You're good. For some of you guys, you feel scared, but you are okay. You have all this protection surrounding you. All right. So we're going to go into the sacred rebels for this reading, and we're going to pair that with some of the Pope Tarot. If the downloads resonated with you, I appreciate your like on this reading. I also would appreciate your subscribe. All right, let's see. What's coming through? You got the perfection of your life. Something is perfect. Visions of life beyond death. This is giving me like dreams. This is also giving me like purpose energy. We got heaven sent. Okay, so someone could be heaven sent. Something is about to be sent from heaven, which is beautiful. For some of you guys, you could be about to go into a love relationship or a love that's sent from heaven. We do have in the world, not of the world. So some of you guys, you're different. You are not like your counterparts at all. Some of you guys, you may have felt this difference. You may have felt this like something that makes you stand out. Hence why you hold on to your connection so much, because you always felt like you stood out. Some of you guys, you may have always had this underlying feeling of aloneness, and that's the last thing that you want to do right now is be alone. All right, we do have the shock of the new that came out in the pre-shuffle as well. So I feel like for some of you guys, you are going on this journey, or I wanted to say a date with destiny. That's what I wanted to say, a date with destiny, but this is like a date with yourself. It's that energy of that self-acceptance, fully accepting your wholeness, fully loving yourself. It opens up a whole new timeline. And this is that energy of the shock of the new. But first, we do have the perfection of your life. All right. This is a storm. This is a storm. This is like whether the chaos seems to be subtle, strong, internal, or external. This oracle, it brings the same message for you. All is unfolding according to a perfect higher order. You are currently enduring a cosmic spiritual storm, which is having an impact on you. It is clearing things out, ruffling feathers, and preparing you for that lovely, super fresh, uplifting feeling that one experiences after the storm has finally passed. If you have drawn the oracle, no. But this is this energy of a storm happening here. There's a storm that's making your life more perfect. A storm that's making things unravel. A storm that's making you kind of like get up. This could also be an internal chaos. There's something that's waiting to erupt, and that's so crazy because I was having this energy, and I think this came out in the morning inspo that I put up yesterday, and it was about like throwing up something. So it's like something about to erupt within, and this is that storm energy that's making you, get out of your or making things change. It's bringing you to a higher purpose. This is also getting you to transmute some of that energy. There's something you can do with that energy. You can do something beautiful with it. It's given the perfect storm. Let's see. Tell me more about the perfection of your life. This perfect storm, whether it's internally or externally, it's happening for a reason. The Hangman. For you to see some things differently. For you to look at life from a different perspective. For you to look at life from the lenses of self-love. There's a cup waiting for you. Someone's waiting. Something's waiting. Something's waiting for you to see this. It's like, see how beautiful it is from up here. Get a different angle to life. See how beautiful you look from up here. There's a need for this different angle, this new angle. This new idea of safety, of love, of completeness, of true love. There's a need for you to look at your life through the lenses of true love, seeing how you look in these true lenses, seeing how life looks, how your life looks. I'm getting like there's somebody is waiting for you to see life like this. All right. We do have visions of life beyond death. This is a sacred vision that's awakening within you. In this energy, you are becoming blessed with the ability to truly see. We talk about that, to see what's real rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. What was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. What was once dismissed as an irritation or irrelevance may seem to have a great spiritual significance. As mundane as something once appeared, it can now be worthy of absolute attention. The gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator, this sacred terrain beyond logic, convention, and that which is limited in any way. The more open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, to be lost, or to die, but there is love within it always. The realization doesn't remove the pain of the loss. It provides a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. All right. This vision of love, the truth of all that is, can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you have been wondering about your life path or whether you should take action on a project or need inspiration to really move out of a slump you have fallen into, then this oracle brings you a message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with the way out of stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently. Okay. And this has a lot to do with you kind of seeing yourself differently. All right. Also, any confusion or uncertainty that you have felt is going to pass, and you'll be left with clear insights. The stories you've been feeling, feeding yourself, or telling yourself may end up looking different to how they appear now. This may surprise you, but the vision that is coming to you will be more truthful and therefore freeing. It will be worth the shock. You see the shock of the new. It'll be worth the shock, surprise, or the moment of embarrassment when you realize you have been operating under a false assurance or deluding yourself about the truth of a situation. Okay? These moments will pass. So I feel like this is the energy of you kind of like getting true insight. This is also a change perspective. Also, this has a lot to do with answers being, like things being answered in your life at this time. Things happening for a reason. I'm getting like, this isn't the shock of the new, but I'm getting like this is a shock of the new. This thing is about to shock you. It's about to shock you. All right, we got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups in this card is really happy. She's really happy. She has reached her emotional goals. Some of you guys are about to be shocked once you see that you've reached your emotional goals. That you got something that you've wanted. I'm also getting like this energy of brokenness could definitely be coming in a way of you kind of really seeing that you have manifested something here. And all it is about us getting in position to really realize that we have manifested. This can have a lot to do with money. For some of you guys, there is an emotional goal that you want to kind of accomplish when it comes to business, career, finances. Like, we all have those dreams, those goals. Hello, we live in the physical world. So we all have those dreams and those desires of physical material abundance. For some of you guys, you have some form of that already in your life. And that is why that guardian angel or that person or that feeling is pulling you to try to see life from a different standpoint. For some of you guys, you're looking at life through the lenses of your brokenness. Also, if you had a child that broke something or that failed, don't you coddle them more and give them kisses and kiss their boo-boos and give them more and smother them with more love? So there's this energy of you kind of not being harder on yourself by what you go through, but actually smothering yourself in more love. Whatever that self-love seems to be for you. For some of you guys, self-love could be taking care of yourself, taking care of your body. For some of you guys, it could be rest, giving yourself that rest. It could be talking to yourself better. It could be managing your negative thoughts. It could be giving yourself time, not rushing all the time, giving yourself time to heal. Just giving yourself simply time to heal. So whatever that self-love looks like for you, I feel you in this energy of realizing that you have everything you need surrounding you. For some of you guys, you're living in a dream already. And it's time for you to wake up and see it. So Spirit is trying to push you with this storm so you can actually wake up and see that you are living your dream life. Next, we do have Heaven Sent. Heaven Sent, that reminds me of Keisha Cole. Sent from heaven. This is every time I see this card, it reminds me of like Sent from Heaven. Heaven Sent. But it's this energy of receiving gifts in the physical world through the thoughtfulness of others, to acknowledge how much we mean to them. So too, we receive gifts in the spiritual world. A spiritual gift is something that happens through grace. We can ask for help, and it may be given in response to that request. Our requests for help are answered. So that sanctuary energy. This is letting you know, for some of you guys, it's been sent up. Prayers have been answered. I just feel a sense of release. I don't know who you like. You are heard. Like, I feel like you need to know that your prayers are heard. Your tears are seen. You are not weeping in like, you are seen, you are heard, you are protected. I feel that energy of you kind of feeling like you're not heard, you're not protected, you're not seen. That definitely needs to leave. If you cry out for help, you are definitely helped. You will be helped. So this is just that energy of kind of like you receiving in a receiving mode. Whether this could be a physical gift, we talked about that physical abundance coming towards you, and whether this is a spiritual gift, whether you're just looking for a clear sign or some clear guidance in your life, you are being answered right now. Things are being sent from heaven. Got 30, you got 33, that's Jesus numbers right there. So I feel like that's also like spiritual. That could have been done on purpose. But I just feel like there's also a higher level of consciousness, love. You're protected. We got the Tower here. In a moment of crisis, for some of you guys, you could feel like you just went through a crisis. And the way that you're about to get picked up through a crisis is by something being sent directly to you from heaven. Whether this is a person. For some of you guys, this could be a loved one that's coming directly to you from heaven. Someone new could be entering your life. Something new could be entering your life. This could be subtle. This could be extraordinary. It's whatever you need. This also looks like there's some type of wealth. Whatever it is, you're like, I love this energy. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Whatever this is that's coming in your life, you are definitely going to love it from this crisis energy. In the world and not of the world has a lot to do with you being this spiritual being, and you understanding that you are the spiritual being, and you understanding that people are not necessarily going to always resonate with you. It's safe for you to become naked with life. This doesn't necessarily mean running wild in public. It does mean stripping back your beliefs, strongholds, and mental or emotional security blankets so that you can live with less obstruction than ever before. Imagine the conditioning that has kept life away from you. Just keep it dropping out of your hands like keys, coins, or clocks. Conditioned beliefs about money, time, security, having, locking away, holding, and controlling can be surrendered and allowed to fall away. What would it be like to feel as though you were on a holiday every day? Perhaps there would be a softening in your way of life, an implicit trust in its flow, and a faith in the ability of time to bend and stretch as needed so that all may be accomplished. It is at an advanced stage of our spiritual relationship with life that we are able to feel held within it sufficiently enough to surrender our defenses layer by layer and to nakedly accept what is. Sometimes our defenses are needed, and other times it is clear we're outgrowing them. There's something that you've outgrown. It has to do with your ideas about productivity, control, and money. It has to do with abundance, trust, and living with the fundamental belief that everything is going to turn out okay. You are ready to be much more vulnerable and exposed in life. You don't have to hide being organized, perfect, or in control, or financially secure and stable. Nor do you need any other acceptable social face. It is time for you to loosen the strings of your own controlling nature. They are too, too tight, too restrictive for you anyway. You are born to live in a much freer way. And this energy is like in the world, not of the world. There's a lot of people that's not going to understand this energy. There's a lot of pushback you're going to get here. And you're going to have to be ready for that pushback. This just reminds me of that resistance, those harsh winds that you get just by being free, just by feeling like the universe has your back. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, you're not doing enough, or you're not doing this, or you're not that, or you're not. You're going to have to learn how to just let things be, or let people just say what they want sometimes. Let them be loud and wrong. But it's also a time for you to kind of release your control when it comes to your abundance in your life. Things are going to happen beyond your understanding. And there's a need for you to be open to that happening. With the abundance card, with the fulfillment of you indulging. There's some type of indulgence, or there's something that you're going to be indulging in that is going to defy everything that it is that you know. There's a way that you're going to use your spiritual power. You're going to use it to get your abundance. You're going to use it to get your blessings. I'm feeling really good about this reading, even though the energy was deep. But I feel like you feel good from this. I feel like you are feeling better. And there's a need for you to really enjoy your abundance. Because you could be holding on tightly or not enjoying it of fear of loss, fear of scarcity, fear of lack. So it's just that energy. Justice is yours, especially when it comes to money. For some of you guys, you could be holding on to situations and people and places and things because of money. For some of you guys, this is this whole new timeline that's coming in your life. All right. And last but not least, we have the Shock of the New, which is actually like one of my favorite cards in this deck. Just because of the sunflowers. I really, really love sunflowers. They make me happy. And then we have the speakers and the piano and everything on the other side. Just a real beautiful card. But the Shock of the New is that wild, unconventional voice calling to you. It's the energy like, can you hear this voice? It's so different. It's so unusual. It might be hard to decipher. Like hearing an unfamiliar language for the first time. It might be hard to discern with great clarity now, but there's an affinity between you and the strangely beautiful newness seeking to manifest. All right? This oracle says that there is something stirring at the deepest level within you. Something new will break through, and the process of this birth may shock you. The shock will transform into great joy and a sense of tremendous liberation, but you must bear the strangeness first. That strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more of yourself, more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be the unique sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator. Nature never shies away from strange beauty. She allows for endless diversity, and her sacred works are often peculiar and stunning. You live within her field of creative grace as a specially created work that also creates. You are being asked to surrender any fear you may have of being seen as exotic, unusual, eccentric, or bizarre. You are being asked to make peace with strange beauty and to let it happen through you in creative flow. Perhaps you need to allow your conventional ideas of beauty to become even more inspired and open. Perhaps you can allow your need for the world to behave according to your fixed ideas to fall away. You will receive so much more in its place. There's a special message that comes with this card, and this is: there are rumblings and stirrings of creative life force happening now, deep in the undercurrents of your being. If you are very attuned or sensitive, you may have consciously felt this already with excitement, discomfort, or both. If you have not yet sensed these inner strings, they are happening all the same. So be on the lookout for a big shift of a new birth, the shock of the new, the unconventional, the strangely beautiful, and the disturbing liberation of what is foreign stepping into your life. This is life creating a stage upon which you will experience greater fulfillment. All right, don't be nervous if the rumbles of change turns into a mighty roar that rocks the boats, bursts forth as novel ideas, and changing things in ways that is out of your control. Life is happening. Fall free into it. All right. The old way is out, and the new way is in. This is just that energy, and I feel like this has a lot to do with being in the world and not of the world, and then also this energy of having sent. And then this whole reading is about like a new epiphany. It's about something new. It's about you possibly seeing something completely different. Maybe yourself. Maybe this is a voice within. This also let me that there's something that's inside of you that is dying to be created. It's dying to come out. There's something in you that is trying to come out. We got this energy. It's negative energy. This moon card is about this lobster. You can't really see the lobster, but it's right here. But this lobster coming out of the pond, and the pond is of like a negative pond, dark, deep in the subconscious mind. And it's coming out of that pond to see what the wolves are howling at. So something else just makes you come out of some type of pond of negativity, or something deep in your subconscious mind. You just release it. And I feel like this is this energy of, this new perspective, looking at life completely different. Also, creative energy is going to do wonders for you right now. Whatever you feel like creating, there's a need for you to go in and create it, because it's going to change your life on a different level. All right. So if you clicked on this reading feeling broken, I hope you feel better. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.